that piece of parchment I held in my hand. Free. But the first thought I had was my boys. I got my freedom. I want my wife. I want my boys. I want right now. I want to buy the freedom of my whole family. There was 4 others living in the home right there. We was living in the home of Captain Vesey. There's 4 others, not my blood. They was free. So I'm going to buy my wife. I'm going to buy my children's freedom, and we're going to go leave this place. It's near unbearable. The difficulty of this condition of slavery. Well, what manner of humanity is this? I could buy my freedom, but not that of my wife. Beth, she can't go with me. My boys, Polydor and Robert. I can't. Is it not bad enough that we are torn from our home, taken from our country, snatched away from our family and friends to work, toil, labor for your lust and gain? Follow the words of God. Do unto all men as you would have them do unto you. If I'm ever be of any help to him, I gotta use my freedom. Build there. 1800, with free papers in hand, my manumission paper allowed me to walk like a free man. Carried them with me at all times, had to. Now I worked as an apprentice in a carpenter shop. Built up a good reputation with customers until I used the remainder of my money I saved, opened my own carpenter shop. I could build chairs, desks, dressers, folding bed, anything that you might need made from wood, you can get from me. I had a good reputation. Customers came from all over. I kept my Bible open. Attended church. White church. Used by the word. I did not understand how the words of even the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal. No. Some ask us, why will we separate ourselves from the white church? The way you interpret the words is not true. So we established the African Methodist Episcopal Church, following in the footsteps of those in Baltimore. The largest congregation, that was the first we would say, we're the largest congregation in South Baltimore. More than 3,000 members. After we've been open some time, Bluegrass, white, closed down our church. Disappointed. Disheartened? No. Determined. It is time that we organize and rise up against those who will not let us live in the way that God intended. We had meetings at my own home on Bull Street there in Charleston, and we met, and we talked, and we discussed. And my best friend, 1 year later, him was released with his manumission paper. Jack Christian. He called him Gullah Jack. Said he had magic in it. Jack just kept hold to the traditions that came from our homeland. The spirituality, understood the relationship between us and the trees, the stars in the sky, and the clouds, and the breath that God gives each and every one of us. He held on tight to his learnings and teachings from Africa. He had strength. Peter Boyce was a brilliant mind. Strategist. I learned the most important thing from him. Don't tell nobody. Do not involve the house slave nor the mulatto. In my culture, there is the story of the Dan Copa bird. It represents the idea of moving forward while keeping a check. You must learn from the past to know where you go in the future. And we learn. We learned from Toussaint. In 1800, Toussaint Louverture, he rose up against those, Napoleon of France, and he rose up to take the island, Saint Dominique, becomes Haiti. We understood through his teaching what we learned from him. I read every pamphlet, every news article, any information that I could find. We use that to understand our role. We learned one thing: a successful revolution requires strategic planning, a multitude of arms, precise, detailed strategy, and complete silence. We scheduled our date. Ned and Rolla Bennett, owned by the governor, at the center of our idea. We placed arms and weapons strategically throughout the town. Ned and Rolla, at the stroke of midnight, would kill the governor. First things first. Peter and a group of men would set fire in the town, distract the whites as they're running to get their building out of fire. Then we'd move in, finding the weapons, finding our armament. Revolution is war, and in this war, whites will die. We must rise up against the Bukra and do what has been done to us. Hey! Even Joshua, they rose up. They killed men and women, young and old. The axe, the ass, the ox. We must set ourselves free and leave this place. Our plans were revealed. The militia was called in. Peter Boyce. He went to the authorities and said, I understand that maybe someone says, what do you need from me? You see, they felt and understood that anybody involved would not come turn themselves in. Anybody involved would not come question whether or not they were being sought for some kind of punishment. Because of that, the authorities determined Peter Boyce was not involved. Bought us a few more hours. Not much time, but enough time to burn every document I had, to burn every list, every name, to put away. Our secrets will go with us. I told my countrymen that we must stay silent, that it is not ours to tell. Others might follow behind and keep the thoughts in their mind. About 100 were detained, arrested at the time I was. Interrogated at the workhouse. I will hang. I will hang. The fate of the others, you don't know. My son, Polidor, Robert, Sandy. Their fate is unknown. What you call my treachery, I call my responsibility. When I read the words of Franklin, Lafayette, Payne, Jefferson, what they said, it warmed my blood. They say that we each belong to each other. You to me and I to you. With this in mind, is there a man born of woman that is not my brother? Is there a woman born of suffering who is not my sister? Others talked about. I acted again. Had the chance. You see, when I was a slave, I discovered my price, and I paid. So if today the price that I must pay is my life, I'll pay it again. I will pay it because I know that there is another place, a better place, another day, a better day, another time, a better time, when justice rolls like a river.